Peace. This is Aaron. Peace for Healers. Still not in a position to go live yet on YouTube, but I'm working on it. I need help though. I need followers in order to be able to go live. I ask that if you like my posts and my content on IG, and of course, as always, I forgot to put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Forgive me. If you like my posts and what I talk about, if you're on your spiritual journey, if you're new on your spiritual journey, if you're well into your spiritual journey, if you're just spiritually confused, reach out to me. But ultimately, look out for what's available to you. There's so much available. There's so many things that I can help you with. But ultimately, what I'm asking, and I've totally gone off on a tangent here. What I'm asking is, if you see my content, share it. I would like to get into the position where I can do live things on YouTube. YouTube is going to be my primary place of doing things, and I want to make sure that people have access. And I'm always going to do things to make sure that people have access. Um, but ultimately, again, like, share, subscribe, tell someone. Also, comment. I would appreciate anything that would help get my videos into the algorithm so that I can grow this channel, so that I can reach more people. Right now, I believe I have 2 subscribers. I'm not sure. I believe I need at least 50 to be able to go live. So it's not an impossible task. It's not an impossible order, but it is something to be done. Um, I well, the bottom line here is I appreciate any assistance. Today, I want to talk about the why life can be so much better for a child and as a child, and why things are so good for a child. If you think about it, a child really has no worries. They get the main things that they want. They wake up in the morning, they kind of do what they want. The most that they have to do if they're forced to do something is maybe to lay down and take a nap. Most of the time, as long as a child is eating, they're not being forced to eat. They pretty much just wake up every day and enjoy life. And that's sort of how life is meant to be. And unfortunately, it gets lost in all of the difficulties of adulting for us. There's some cultures that exist where you don't have a job. In these cultures, individuals live off the land. Any work that they do comes from working the land if they have to work the land. In certain places within the world, the opportunity to be able to do that has been outlawed. Years ago, it was outlawed in the United States that you couldn't just go to and I don't know the terminology, so don't quote me on the terminology. If you're a lawyer, Don't hold it against me because I don't have the proper terminology or the words in full concept. But it was made so in the United States at some point. This is quite a number of years ago. That it's illegal to go and pick a fruit off of a tree that's not your tree. And yes, it is inappropriate to go and pick something off of a tree that may belong to another person, but it was made that this law applied to a tree that didn't even belong to someone. So the individuals that live their life without those concerns, with the individuals that live their life where they're not working within this capitalistic system to create money or streams of money for other individuals. We're meant to enjoy life, and if you're spending most of your life creating streams of money for other individuals, you may get paid well. Most people don't in a capitalistic society because, unfortunately, capitalism thrives on not paying people and not paying people what they're worth. But that's a whole nother video. Um, in the process of adulting, all of those things end up getting lost. If you're lucky, you work a 40-hour week, 8 hours a day in the workplace, whatever time it takes you to get to and from the workplace, whatever time it takes for you to de stress or mentally prepare yourself to go into the workplace, all of that time adds up. If you can get up and enjoy life and do the things that means for you to do, it's so much better. Getting back to the children, though, with children, babies, and I just spent a week at my oldest daughter's house with her and her family. My youngest grandson, he's in that group where he has nothing to worry about. And not only does he have nothing to worry about, but he takes his nothing to worry about to a whole new level of if he jumps off of something high and knows that someone's there, he's going to jump. Why? Because he knows that whatever adult is right there is going to catch him. That's a level of faith, a level of trust that comes with knowing that you're supported in all things. A lot of us within the spiritual community forget you're supported. You can have the trust, the strength, and the faith to jump off of that ledge and know that your guides, source, the universe will allow you to fly. But the entire time that you're standing on that ledge and you never jump, you're not accomplishing what you could be accomplishing. And I'll be perfectly honest, the things that I'm speaking of, they're not necessarily easy. There's aspects of this that I honestly still struggle with. The fact that I'm doing this video and post right now, it's something that I've struggled with, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with it. Last week I talked about having the resolve to continue on in spite of difficulties encountered. Well, at the moment that I'm recording this, I'm recording it hopefully with the intent that it will be posted at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for anyone to view. This will continue. My resolve will continue. My resolve will remain. I am excited for all that I am doing. I'm excited for what's to come. And I still just say to you, be strong, have trust. Have trust that the ideas that you are given to you. Now, they may be given to you, they may be given to someone elsewhere, they may be given to someone over there. They're given to multiple people, and when they're given to multiple people, the universe has a hope that all these people will do it. But the universe also knows the odds are only one or two of them will do it. And if none of them do it, then it goes to another group of people. Early on in my journey, one of the things that I was given or that was said to me by my guides, pretty sure it was one of my ancestors, but one of my guides said, we give you a lot of things. We know you hear, they say, we know you hear it. We know you got it. We give you these things and you've done nothing with them. And the only response that I had to that was at that, and as I said, this is very, very early in my journey of awareness here. My only response was that I didn't know what to do with them. Now, even so, I get ideas, and to be perfectly honest, and I'm going to be absolutely truthful, sometimes I get ideas and I don't move on them immediately. I'm improving, I'm growing, and I am acknowledging. And the thing that makes a difference in all of these things is that you take action and understand when there's growth, when there's change, when new things come along. If you're aware and acknowledging, that's part of your battle right there. I've said this before. I also just want to point out you must take the time for yourself to acknowledge your growth. If you responded today in a much more favorable or in a manner of equanimity, and I still have equanimity sitting here on my desk for those of you that have seen some of my old videos. Um, but if you can maintain equanimity at a time when in the past you wouldn't have, or even if you could maintain a level of equanimity that's better than where it would have been, give yourself a hand clap, give yourself a pat on the back, because that's, again, progress. We're here to make progress, we're here to grow. If you don't take the time to acknowledge your growth and improvement, the odds are no one else will. And also, you don't need to depend on anyone else to do that. You are the one that controls all of these things. You don't need to look to someone else to give you a pat on the back to acknowledge. And I'm not saying it's not nice to have someone acknowledge. Because it definitely is. I'm just saying, do not depend on someone else to acknowledge something that's made a difference in how you respond. Because you create your world, you create your reality. And as we're growing into this changing world, your perspective is what makes the biggest difference. If you're looking at everything as something that's happening for you, that's something that's happening for your greatest good, that mindset does so many things for you. So if you approach it that everything bad is happening, everything bad's going to happen. And sometimes it's going to build and build and build, and before you know it, you're within a series of events that things went from bad to badder to badder to badder. And yes, I said badder. Um, find the good in every situation, even if it's difficult. Don't focus on the depth of contempt, the depth of stress, the depth of the problem. Focus on what the solution feels like. And I'm not speaking in terms of gaslighting, but if you're struggling with something, acknowledge it. Don't wallow in it. Acknowledge, go forward, grow, be. Just wanted to share this message. I think I've talked a little bit longer than I planned, but oh well. I am going to post something else, and I'm working towards my cycle of doing um, meditations and hypnosis sessions within the the scope of these Mondays. And there's definitely going to be one other day that I'm going to be going live, or at least posting a at least posting recorded content, and we'll see how it goes. There's several things that I've been given, and I just have to sort it out, figure it out exactly as I'm going to do it. And again, I'm also about to start reaching out to some people for some interviews. And also, the other thing that I'm going to do, which I am going to post something today, the the card pulls. I'm going to start. We're going to. I've been pulling cards from Dragons, Guardians of Truth. I'm going to start pulling cards from this deck this week, probably starting today, and take 2 or 3 days and dig in on the cards, on the messages, and getting the light codes. And we'll see what else comes with that. So keep your eyes open for the video for the card pull for today. In fact, I'm going to create a new video probably as soon as I finish this one, or as soon as this one uploads, and pull a card from this deck. As I said, this is definitely one of the most amazing decks that I've ever laid hands on. And I'm not one of those people that has 100 decks, but I have quite a few. I actually have to count how many decks I have. I don't even know how many decks I have. I have quite a few. This is one of my favorite all-time decks, um, and it lived up to what I was expecting, and actually went beyond what I was expecting. I love when that happens with the deck. There's also another deck that I have that I'm going to pull cards from. And I forgot the name of the deck, but it's a fairy deck. You're going to see a lot of fairies, unicorns, dragons fly through these videos. but it's a deck by Street Priestess. Um, so I'm going to start pulling some cards from that deck as well, and we'll see where this goes. Again, I'm excited. I love you. Make sure you love yourself more. Peace.